Hello everybody and welcome to the start of a brand new Let's Play, which before we get into that I do want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. You'll notice at the bottom there is a little V-tube model basically. This is something I had toyed with for quite a while, mostly for live streams, but I haven't live streamed in like 2 years, mostly due to having issues with finding the time to actually do it, but hopefully I will someday be able to get back to that. I do not have the time really to do live streams. It requires a fair bit more work to get done compared to recorded content. So I decided, you know what? Let's trial this out basically in a recorded video and see how it goes. You all feel free to leave a comment down in the description if it's something that you think adds to the content or not. And yeah, so this is Star Dynasties with the Bloodlines DLC. I did do a live stream of this a while back, I think when it was, still in early access or shortly after release of the base game. One of the two. I do not recall if this game was even in early access. I think it might have been, but I could be blanking on it in all honesty. I did have some issues with it back then. And honestly, to an extent, I still have some issues with it today. But we'll get into some of those, I think, once we actually hop into the game and I can sort of explain some of them a bit better. Yeah. I decided, let's go ahead and let's take a crack at this game again. See what it's like now. Unfortunately, it's no longer, as far as I can tell, under any real active development. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and give it a shot. So we're just going to go into medium difficulty. Yes, I want to use the Bloodlines DLC. Let's configure a new start. I'm just going to say pick random. Let's see. So home system has isolated subsection for +6 to size house limit. Blue dust mines for +2 to wealth and -0.5 to unrest to all systems within 8 jumps. And it has a Cyberdyne Series 4800 for +15% military assignment effectiveness. Okay, I think we gotta read some of these a little bit more. So, okay, let's see. Your house's direct holdings in the colony include an isolated subsection that has its own life support and hydroponics. This allows you to sustain a larger population for your house without straining shared colony resources. Blue dust, a notorious substance that produces euphoria, but rarely found and impossible to synthesize. Your home system is blessed with a mind for this. If you can repair it, it will reduce unrest again across your faction. Which isn't strictly true because, again, it's only within 8 jumps. So our faction is likely going to be larger than that in the late game. Your house is in possession of a black box that contains an experimental pre-collapse military AI. While we have no way of hooking up the AI to our ships in any meaningful way, its strategic brilliance has proved invaluable for military planning. Okay. Go to our character. So we're going to be Aaron Smith. We'll be young. Okay, I'm going to tell you to pick random. We are going to be cowardly. This character is afraid of violence and tends to avoid situations that require the use of force. That is unfortunate. We're going to be individualistic. This character feels responsible primarily for themselves. They have a fondness for their kin, but feel no strong obligation toward them. They are also likely to want more children and more likely to ask for divorce. Okay. And we are also friendly. This character enjoys spending time with others. Okie dokie. Our best skill is security. I think we'll see how that actually is. And we'll pick random for the face, rather than that default one that I think it always gives you. Okay, and then the family. I'm going to tell you to just generate a balanced family. So, decently sized. Here we are. Our wife, who is 5 years older than us. Is great administration, is also cowardly, is fickle, and close relative of local noble. Eldest daughter. Best skills technology, fickle and cowardly. Okay, apparently cowardly is just going to run the family, basically, because all of our kids have it. Didn't realize that was genetic. Okay, let's see. And then further up, we've got our... I guess mother. Yeah, if I'm looking at this correctly, it looks like it would be mother. Yeah, okay, yeah, basically everybody's cowardly in our family. Okay, that's... I'm sure that won't cause us any problems at all. Okay, so we are the Petty Federation, or well, we are within the Petty Federation, rather. More specifically, we are the Smith faction within it. We have 4 planets to our name. And let's see, do they have any examples of one of the things that completely just halted the tutorial campaign that it has you go into the first time you launch the game after a new install? Not that I can clearly see. Yeah, I don't really see any clear examples of it at this time, but I'm sure we will as we progress through the campaign. Let's see. Okay, so we don't currently have any council members. Let's go ahead and get those. Our wife is the best for administration. Military is going to be our brother-in-law. Diplomacy, our mother is great at that. Security, we're going to put our brother there. And technology, we're going to put our niece. Now, I could appoint some guardians to my kids, and I probably should. Well, how good are we stats-wise? We're not the greatest, in all honesty, and I imagine... Who's our heir, out of curiosity? Line of succession. And she is our heir. So I would rather somebody who is decent at military. Ooh. He's really good at this. This is our liege. But do I want her to move? He does not have a particularly great opinion of us. Well, I suppose either military or administration are the two really good ones. Administration would allow us to have more vassals. I think we're going to keep it in the family. We're going to have our wife be our daughter's guardian. Try to get her some good skills in administration. Now, where's our capital? This is our capital. Terabellum. Now, I don't have the money to do any upgrades at this time, and I did not start a timer. Let me go ahead and do that, even if it's going to be off. Okay, now, what I'm going to want to do, I think, is if I have the... Nope, we are all out of action points for this turn, so never mind. I was going to try to have my mother go over to our liege and try to improve relations with him. Let's just end our turn for now. It may not have been what I expected when we got married, but Duke Consort Trapper Smith has been an attentive wife, and I have come to care for her deeply. It is good to have her by my side. And our wife is in love with us. Wonderful. Okay, he raised taxes. Baroness Killy Gamble has demanded that we press Baron Consort Dietrich Gamble's claim on Theta Centauri. Where is that? Way the hell over there, and I ain't going to be able to do that. And yeah, this game makes use of a reputation concept, which is relatively important in terms of affecting opinion. If you have low reputation, people are going to be less inclined to work with you. And yeah, none of these are neutral, at the least. And again, it's way the hell over here. I would never be able to do it. We're going to refuse her demands. She, of course, is going to rebel as a result. Okay, this is one of the local leaders wants my wife, or my mother, to marry somebody who is half her age. They would continue to live in House Smith, so okay, I'll accept. Okay, another local leader wants my nephew to marry, I'm assuming, their daughter. She particularly good at anything? I'd say not really. I don't even think she's better than us, or than our current... Oh no, she is better than our niece, who is currently our tech person. Okay, I'll accept. Not that I can replace her anytime soon. People throw a fit if I do that. Niece marrying a distant relative. Sure. Don't currently have a reason to really say no, in all honesty. Okay, now. Send her mother to improve relations with him. And we need to attack here. What type of military do you have? You have 20 ships to your name. I have 35. Well, yeah. And I can probably get my liege to back me. My question is, who else is a notable house here? Oh, okay, that's the only one. Okay. Only other people with claims is a weak claim by Lady Normandy Ritter, who already... Oh, no. Is she? No, she's from a minor house here. Evidently. Or... Oh no, she is the step-aunt of the current ruler of Alfeca. Or Alfeca? I don't know. Okay, well, we have a pretty reasonable chance of success here. We're going to go ahead and have our brother-in-law, I think, lead the fleet. And, okay, we really don't have a whole lot of options here, evidently. Most people aren't too inclined to really back us, it seems, which is a bit of a shame. I think just the two of us is really going to be cutting it. We may be able to win with some really lucky rolls, but it's not that great. So he's going to refuse pretty much no matter what, and he has a 41% for a discovery possibility if I ask him. You don't have a particularly large fleet. You've got a really good chance of being discovered if I ask you. You may be willing to accept, and I can ask nicely. Okay, wonderful. Let's, you've got a larger fleet as well. Nope, he told us to piss off, and she has now found out. They have more, doesn't, there we go, interceptors than us. Bombers beat frigates, interceptors beat bombers, and frigates beat interceptors. Ask or leave. Okay, never mind. Just do the ask politely because I don't have an option to do it another way. Okay, good. He stays out of this. As long as he stays out of this, I think we'll survive. I don't want to use what little bit of money I have for some mercenaries because I think we're gonna be cutting it. Screw it, we'll try it. Oh, she got some last minute people to back her. Okay. Hurt, honestly. Yeah, we don't outnumber her. She outnumbers us right now. And she's getting the much better rolls. We're gonna retreat. And she wipes out the fleet. Put her wife on rebuilding the fleet. Send her nephew over here to rebuild their fleet. And I don't have the action points to tell somebody to plan an attack. Okay, apparently he just decided to hand us over to somebody else, so okay. We will see how that goes. Oh, he's really good. I like him. Okay, so now we need to try to rebuild our fleet. And yeah, you'd get better if I send somebody. What's your special skills? Okay, game won't actually tell me right now. Okay then. You're very similar to me, so I will personally do it even if that doesn't really make any sense. Do we happen to have a shipyard anywhere? No? Okay. It's kind of a shame. Shipyards would increase the effectiveness of rebuild fleet. And as a result, would allow us to get back out there faster. Lobo Smith, you go ahead and plan an attack. We'll get a 50% bonus in 9 turns. Okay, mother-in-law died. Her mother died. That's not timely, okay. Yep, we'll accept that. Although it does mean I can replace her position. And stepfather can take it. Which also, now I need to go find somebody else to suck up to. How do you like me? You like me a little bit, but I think you could like me more. Although it looks like due to the distance, he's not going to be too great at it. Okay, think we're gonna go for the waste processor. Okay, unfortunately, the really good people are currently busy rebuilding the fleet, so we're just gonna have our niece do it. It'll take a bit longer, but we'll survive. Probably. Sure, I'll come to the wedding. None of us are particularly great at the whole fighting thing to participate in the tournament, but I guess I'll do it myself. I'm going to fight normally, and of course I get defeated right away, so I don't get the reputation for it. And okay, those two are gonna duke it out. And he conquers it. And hands it over to somebody else. Sister is ill. Spouse wants another child. Sure. We can definitely do that. Okay. Niece staggers into a house meeting. Hetty Smith following behind. My Duco was robbed in the street. Hetty here tried to stop him. That's right, your niece nods. I convinced him to drop the loot and run. She frowns, but then the fool guards moved in like a herd of elephants and he got spooked and ran. Impressive for one so young, your niece interrupts. But regardless, I'd like my property back. I'd rather not give up the money. In all honesty, because I kind of don't have it. I don't want to increase unrest either, so fine. Fine. I'll give you the 15. While passing through the station's lower decks, you and Duke Heiress Wiley Smith are set upon by furious commoners. Points to nearby circuit panel. That, she beams. Let's use technology. That's for the sprinklers, you reply, but good thinking. Stride towards the mob. Okay, well, we're going to take a gamble. Well, pretty much no matter what, there's a chance. Well, this is guaranteed unrest increase. This is a chance of unrest increase. And the odds are ever so slightly in our favor. I think we're going to go ahead and take the, well, I guess you can't really see it. Let me move this over here. Bottom one here is odds are ever so slightly in our favor. So I think we're going to go ahead and take that one because I don't have the 30 money, whatever our currency is here, to actually guarantee dealing with the crowd's issues. So my people will tell your concerns to Duke Consort Trapper Smith. She will deal with them. Unfortunately, she was unable to resolve them. And so now I have a fair bit of unrest here, which means I now need to tell somebody to quell the unrest, and the best person for that is busy with other more important duties. Stepfather could stand to get married. Let's see, who can we do? And I'd rather you stay with me because you fill a requirement that I have. And unfortunately, all the options would result in you leaving, or the only one to keep you in the house would result in a loss of reputation because it's an arranged marriage between two blood relatives. And that's a no-no in this society. So I guess we're... Ooh. Well, actually, I guess our unrest isn't that bad, so change of plans, buddy. You're gonna go elsewhere. Stop doing it here. There is a ludicrous amount of unrest over here. And apparently you're not the best one to deal with it over here. That's fine. Oh, they got multiple people quelling it. That's fine. Does it tell me... How much is mine contributing, if you don't mind telling me? You don't say. Okay. I've got no way of knowing exactly how much we're contributing to that. Which I don't really have anything for much of the family to do right now. Okay, learned a new combat tactic, rearguard interceptors. handed over one of his planets in exchange for her vassalage. I'm gonna have to refuse. I kind of need him in my house. Ooh, Niece found an ancient program deep in the station systems. Greetings, user string null. I am an Orion Industries logistical AI. My job to help you make the most of your resources. It looks like your inter-system sensors aren't calibrated correctly. Let's fix that. Your operations team gasps. The sensors are clearer than they've been in years. You wonder what else the AI could do. I gained the trait recalibrated sensors, +5 to house security. And logistical AI, +5 to house smith's score and administration. Unfortunately, these are not permanent. They do eventually expire. They will last for 20 turns or 10 years. Okay, well, that's probably not going to be getting improved anytime soon, in all honesty. What are we sitting at here now? Still 0. Okay. I imagine we're actually probably not going to be able to take this, what with him controlling this. It may be worth just making peace, potentially. I'm going to charge Archon Marin Flowers to avenge her crimes against me. We'll see if he does it. He may choose not to, but we'll see. And I'm going to charge Archon Marin Flowers for her crimes against us as well. He has 2 turns to do that. He probably will completely ignore it, in all honesty. But not a whole lot I can do about that. Okay, he lowers taxes on his territories, that's fine. Oh, what the fuck, dude? Seriously? Well, this would be a very short campaign if I don't just tell him to sod off. Of course, this does mean we are now at war. And unfortunately, he is much larger than us, so we will probably be screwed. Okay, the logistical AI's hologram interrupts an operations meeting. It has been over 256 years since my last software update. To rectify this, it must be within 1 AU of an Orion Industries server. Brother, go locate one. The servers are rare, your brother muses, but I have an idea where to look. Okay, wonderful. Good for you. How strong is your military, out of curiosity? I imagine it's probably better than mine. Yes, it would be. Okay, I could ask for your allegiance. You probably won't accept unless you really like me, which you don't really, so I'm not too hopeful on that. But I suppose we still can. I'm gonna ask for your allegiance. Okay, they will not accept. Ask for your allegiance. You may accept, but you unfortunately refused. Yeah, he has a larger military than me, which we kind of already knew was the case anyway. He would accept if I gave him vassalage, but I don't want to give him vassalage. Well, actually, there's a difference between vassalage and submission. I don't think that really matters in this case. Although he won't accept anyway. Can't really fault him for that, though. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, if I had the points, I would do it, but evidently I don't now, so never mind. You stop there. We're gonna go ahead and I think focus our attention down here. You're gonna take 10 turns to get me that bonus. Sure, give me 50 money, and you can have them. Okay, we're just gonna be flip-flopping between these two factions for a while, I think. Sure. I'll accept without asking for anything in return. And of course he kicks taxes up. And she is offering her submission. In exchange, I can say also give me money. You know what? Yes, give me your money. In the middle of the night, you are awakened to a sheer blue light. The Orion Industries AI is at the edge of your bed. I have still not received software updates. Rectify this. It declares at you. Sleep well, user string null. Not a fan of that. Ooh. Okay, now it claims that she would actually accept if I request her allegiance. If she's willing to accept, I'm gonna do it. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, she is a may accept, but if I get her, she'll take me over my vassal cap by a fair bit. If I could make peace with you, I would, but unfortunately it seems like, oh, well, it would help if I looked at the right person, I imagine. And she's refusing to make peace with me. Okay. And he would refuse as well. Okay. We got a little bit of money we can use. I want more wealth, so we're gonna go ahead and, well, we probably get enough for the chemical warehouse if I waited a turn. Can I have somebody? Who has the most wealth out of all of these? Well, honestly, none of you guys are particularly great at the whole wealth thing. Gonna send our sister here. Improve tax collection effectiveness, at least a little bit. And then, you know what, yeah, I think we're gonna wait a turn because I want that plus 10 administration and security on top of the wealth. Okay, and the Tenor Planets has made a case that it is the rightful owner of Terabellum. They now have a weak claim on Terabellum. Okay, and Myrock has experienced an outbreak of the respiratory disease colloquially known as rattle lung. Unfortunately, cramped housing and poor sanitation are ideal conditions for it to spread rapidly. As the ruling duke, he must swiftly act and weigh the colony's interests against that of the overall faction. We're going to go and put it under quarantine to contain it. Does mean they're more likely to rebel. how the hell did he end up in our prison again? Okay, sure, you can have him. Just pay me. I don't know what the hell he's doing that he ended up in our prison again. Sure, you can have another child. I think we can afford that right now. And yeah, we could probably afford to raise taxes. I need the monies. Let's go to medium. I need to put somebody over here to quell unrest. Lobo Smith, you help with that. Because they really need it. And now we're going to go ahead and dump this money into... I mean, I could save more. Get that blue dust mine to wealth. And decreases unrest. But... we're going to take this. And oh god, these are all terrible. We're going to have our wife do it. I don't think we need to focus so much on the... rebuilding the fleet. Because, yeah, it's already pretty much as high as it's going to go. I don't think she's contributing too much to it in the grand scheme of things. Same with you. I don't think you're helping too much. You're going to stop rebuilding the fleet there. Don't have the money for you to do anything else. I mean, I could ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. If she says yes, okay, there we go. Now, I don't have enough to ask for peace from you, but I'm hopeful that by adding this extra one to our house, you will hopefully be inclined to give me peace next time. There we go. Shipyard. But it doesn't add range. I thought it did. Oh, never mind. Fabrication plant does, and it's +3 range, which means our capital is within range of it. I love this thing. And brother found a server. After hours of tinkering, it flickers into life. Server detected. The AI drones. Downloading updates. Installing. Task complete. I can now evaluate your administrative throughput more effectively. I now have the trait. Pretty sure it's the exact same trait we had before. Don't think it changes at all. If you're pleased with my performance, it says, consider upgrading to the Viridium version. This will help me run your operations as efficiently as possible. Pay via the Orion website to get started. The website's long gone, but perhaps you can forge Viridium access privileges. Oh, yes, that sounds wonderful. And there's a waste processing plant, +10 administration and +1 to wealth. And Baron Shanton Jensen wants us to support her at Kruger 60. I will accept for the reputation. Although I don't think you really need my help. Yeah. Kind of figured you wouldn't. Okay, they have food shortages there. A cache of shipping manifests and stamped goods have been unearthed that suggest Haldus may have been a member of the Hendrix systems. Duchess Lucreta Hunt rebelled against Duke Stuart Alexander and formed the Hunt Federation, pressing Duchess Lucreta Hunt's claim to rule the Villanueva clan. Okay, they're just falling apart over there. I suppose it's a good thing that we're not there anymore. Oh, concerning rumors about us. Unfortunately, I don't really have the resources to do anything about it. Well, apparently I don't have anybody filling the, Oh, never mind. I already have somebody there. I just don't have the money to do anything about it. Shouldn't waste time worrying about stupid gossip. No, I don't think it is time to rebel against him, because I'm pretty sure he has a larger military than we could ever try to muster. I think our wife's putting ideas in our heads that, yeah, no, sorry. Just not strong enough to break free yet. Now, can we please have peace? No, we're still refusing. Oh, I think my wife or my stepfather is still out here. Oops. You can stop doing that. You don't got to be out there anymore. If anything, probably try to improve relations with her. So we can maybe get peace. So I don't got to worry about her anymore. And we're gonna have her. Oh, our niece is pretty damn good at that. Yeah, you get on that. Okay, now we don't got the money to do anything. We don't have anybody who would be willing to jump ship to us without a loss of reputation, which, I mean, we got a decent little bit, not a whole lot. I don't believe that's our eldest daughter. No, that's the younger daughter. If we accept, she'll end up over in your house. Sure, give me money though. And hopefully she comes out looking fine. No, I'm gonna have to refuse that. Oh, dude, she just levied a fine against you. Are you sure you wanna... Sure you wanna stay in her faction? I'm pretty sure that was a 2 before, but now it's a 1. So that may have actually changed some stuff to get him to be willing to switch to us. Give me peace. I don't care to fight you. Get nothing out of it. Oh no, I think I was confusing it with Grimbridge. Never mind. Never mind. Father-in-law. See if we can get any decent marriages for you again. She's not particularly great at anything. At least settling any more than anybody else. That would have you leave, and I don't want that. Duff Vance looks to be the only one who is really worth anything. So, okay. We can probably stop spending the money on decreasing unrest here. I think they roughly got that out of her in hand. Retrofitting platform. Let's have our nephew work on that. Chemical warehouse repaired. Wonderful. He is offering peace. I'm just gonna accept. I don't care to fight you. Small crowd of hungry subjects is gathered. Scraps for the poor, one asks timidly. You dare interrupt your betters while we're eating? Baroness Rocco Kane laughs, shooing the man away. Disgusting. Doesn't know his place, the Scrooger. Please, the man begs again. I haven't eaten in days. Okay, she will dislike us if we decide to feed the poor. We will do that. The poor shall be fed with our scraps. If she wants to be upset about it, she can. Okay, yep. So he is willing to jump ship to us. How good is his system? It's decent. But I will take a penalty. There are going to be some moral consequences for this. Not major, but it's not going to be you just get off scot-free. Unless I tell him to pay me 5. If I tell him to pay me a little bit of money, and he accepts, there is no penalty for this. So hopefully he is willing to pay me 5 monies. And he is. So we get no penalty for it. So Baron Dome Middleton has broken allegiance with the Tanner planets and has pledged a Beta Tauri to the Smith faction in retaliation for Baron Gnome Middleton being fined. Wow, he really did not take being fined well. Nephew's asking for permission to have more kids. Yep, go ahead, do it. Niece wants a divorce. No. Oh, the logistical AI from Orion Industries interrupts another operations meeting. My automated check-ins with Orion Industries Central have gone unanswered for some time. For legal purposes, I must ask, do you know what is to blame? I would hate to accuse you, user Stringnull, of software piracy. Earth is gone. Orion Industries too. The AI freezes for a full minute. Then, my developers did not anticipate this. My highest axiom is to serve Orion Industries. In his absence, I will commandeer this station as an Orion Industries facility and refound the company. An alarm blares, lights flicker. Ooh, that's not fun. Let's shut it down. Technicians swarm through the station. They're well trained. In less than an hour, they've disabled the AI's higher functions. It can still safely run semi-complex logistical projections. Okay. The AI is disabled, but your administrators learned some tricks from it. Wonderful. Logistical improvements, +5 to our administration score for 15 turns, or 7.5 years. Passing merchant is something most rare and exotic, a litter of puppies. A noble creature to guard me, or perhaps just a fluffy companion. I want one. Or if I had more money. If I had 4 more money, I could get it for the kids. Okay. Well, I guess it's just for me. Thank you. I'll have a guard dog. Increases my security by 10. For what that's worth. Okay, now we have a reasonably decent chance of success if we were to invade tourists, which I don't really have an interest in doing, in all honesty. Oh yes, you do need a guardian, do you not? You're not going to be taking over the faction, most likely. I think I'm going to want to have you be skilled. And I think in military, because I don't think I really have anybody who's particularly great at the whole military thing. Unfortunately, to get adequate training there, you're going to have to leave the family. Because none of the people within the family are particularly great at that. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and ask our Archon to teach our son. And hopefully he ends up being pretty damn good at the whole military thing. This is a nice system, but I just do not have the vassal limit right now to take it over. And that isn't going to change anytime soon. There is just no way to do it, in all honesty. Oh, shoot. Whoever was quelling unrest here apparently left, I guess. I don't have anyone particularly skilled, unfortunately, to send there right now. Do you have anything that could be built to decrease unrest? No. Okay, well, Micah is going to probably... yeah, no, this is... They're gonna have a rebellion there, and we're gonna have to put it down. Assuming we don't just lose the colony. Because once you lose all your installations here, the colony becomes abandoned and up for grabs for anybody who wants it. Okay. Oh, well, I could afford it now. Now I do suddenly have, for some reason completely unknown to me, 2 spare slots for vassals. And you were willing to offer submission. And that would give me 2 extra planets. I think this would make me larger than my liege. Yeah, he only has his home planet and 3 direct vassals under his control. Everybody else is a duke. Is it a duke? Is that the title we use? Yeah. I think that would make us the largest player in this part of space. The downside, though, is that these planets are not going to contribute much in terms of military, because you can only call in, unless they have a very large military, you can only call in systems that are basically within a certain number of jumps from wherever you're trying to attack. So these 2 are not going to be able to help much for invading other places, but tourists, because it is a mineral-rich colony, could, emphasis on could, give us the money to be able to upgrade other systems that would actually be able to contribute more. I'm going to accept. This will put us at our cap. It'll end the war, though. And Baroness Isleen Tanner has charged us with avenging Archon Murran Flower's crime, the threat of war. Okay, let me deal with this right away. And I'm going to charge him. Or no, I'm going to charge my Archon, Rod Petty, with avenging Archon Murran's crimes against Baroness Isleen Tanner. Don't mind that this is all just very convoluted. I'm not going to go to war with him myself. I would lose quite a bit of reputation for that. So my Archon can deal with this. Oh, never mind. House Ritter is a minor noble. For some reason, I thought that was your wife. I do not know how. How did I come to that conclusion in here? Oh, because, okay, yeah, this is your daughter-in-law's mother. I think it was your step-aunt or something before. Okay. Is she better stats-wise? Oh, yeah, she is. She is. But, no, I take a penalty if I don't defend my vassal, so I will accept without asking for anything in return. I will send my nephew's wife to lead the fleet. And, of course, Baroness Kelly Gamble would support the rebellious individual. And, yep, we win. As is expected, your forces have defeated the smaller armada of House Ritter. Was it really smaller? I feel like it wasn't. Well, no, okay, he got a lot of people to join him. Holy shit, okay. And niece is pregnant. And I think that's going to be where we end this part. Okay, no, I already asked him, but he hasn't done anything yet. Okay, I can... Who else would I place in charge if not you? I don't really have anybody. But, yeah. I can punish Baroness Kelly Gamble for fighting on the other side in an engagement at Alfika, or Alfeka, or however it's pronounced. Probably Alfika, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and, because I can do it and get away with it, we're gonna levy a large fine on you. So give me those 40 credits. That's what we're gonna refer to our currency as until I inevitably forget about referring to them as credits and refer to them as something else like dust or something. Okay, now I don't have the resource. Now, assisting tax collection would improve money. Not directly. I have to actually put somebody and tell them to go over and assist with tax collection, like we have somebody doing over here in Mu Casapia. But yeah, they're not the greatest at that. And simulator would improve telling a house member to go train, which has some potential benefits, but not directly. So I think we're going to go ahead and save our money. If we get an electronics factory, that's an additional +1 to wealth, which is direct extra money. Or we could save further and try to get that blue dust mine, because I would not mind that slight decrease to unrest for anything within 8 systems. Specifically allied systems within 8 star lanes. Because, yeah, Morika could really use that because... yeah. We do have a decrease going on here, at least now. But I think that's mostly because somebody else has joined in on decreasing unrest, but it's not that great. It is struggling. Yeah, I think we're gonna go and save that, at least for the electronics factory. I'm not sure if we're gonna save up to get the blue dust mine right away, because that's expensive. It really is. It's twice the cost of the electronics factory, although it does have twice the wealth, and in my opinion is a more useful bonus with the decrease to unrest compared to the run spy network. Its bonus also has more range, which makes it better at that. Okay, I could ask some of these guys to join in, but again, I'm now at my cap here. And I don't think I have anybody better than my brother-in-law here for... No, that can't be right. I have to have somebody who's better at the whole monitoring vassals thing, right? My niece is a little bit better at it, but not enough to make a difference, but I'm going to go ahead and put her in charge of it anyway. Maybe she gets better at it. Probably not, but one can hope. I suppose I could build up one of these, and where was it? Was it you? Yeah, you have it. I mean, we're not rebuilding the fleet right now, but it's still useful. Admittedly, the solar array is also pretty useful, although this is a +5 to House Castro's scores, not us. And I don't believe we get any, like, magical increase to our stats as a result of our vassals. At least directly like this. Yeah, no, not as far as I can see. I could replace, apparently, my brother-in-law in charge there, but I don't think I have anybody who's better at that skill, in all honesty. What's it? Okay, he's a 27. Okay, no, I do. Joyce Maldonado is better at the whole military thing. And by a fair bit, she's 47. And he's 27. Oh, they already have the markers there, so never mind. Oh, they just don't show up on this screen. Okay, that's actually slightly annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for his release if you don't mind. I will ask politely. Thank you for just apparently handing him over because you couldn't be bothered to deal with him or something, I guess. What was his best skill? Okay, he's actually really good at the whole military thing, but I can't really replace. I can't really do that, can I? Okay, this would be a hit of 1 there to do that. Effects of this is House military strength bonus and total fleet military strength bonus when leading. Okay, I feel like that doesn't really contribute a whole lot. Maybe that's just me. We'll figure it out. We got time. That's gonna be it for this part. I'm gonna go ahead and make a hard save. Fortunately can't name the saves, which is kind of annoying in all honesty. I really need a better camera if I'm gonna do the whole V2 model thing long term, because current camera does not really work all that well for this. It doesn't, especially since I wear glasses. It really hurts it a lot. So yeah. But yeah, like I said regarding that, leave comments. Let me know what you think of it, if you think it contributes at all or if it helps at all. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.